Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 2 of our Strahd Sundays. This is Curse of Strahd, Barovian Nights with DM Misha. Um, we have a missing player today. Nocturna's not here. I'm not sure if they will show up later, maybe, but I will be reprising their role with my very poor Australian accent until then. There will be many offensive references to Crocodile Hunter. Apologies in advance. And I will also be autopiloting Paige, and Grayson will be autopiloting Gallon until his player gets home and can pilot himself. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Last time on Barovian Nights, we had a lovely little summary printed up here by Miriam, the eight-legged doll that remembers everything. After dumping nearly 3,000 teeth on the store's counter, the group scared the merchant enough to knock himself out trying to run away. They barred the doors, decided against tying up the merchant, and healed him. The merchant graciously allowed the group to purchase our items and leave, in the hopes of not coming back to the store, ever. Once the group learned of People Pie, they decided to go back to the inn, where some of them became thoroughly intoxicated after one drink. Cough, cough, Gallon, cough, cough. But sobered up quickly when learning about the strongest drink the inn has, called God's Blood. The boys decided to have a boys' night, saving chickens in order to partake in the fancy alcohol. They went to the barn, broke in because the innkeeper decided not to give them a key. It was actually open, guys. The door was open. Key for some reason, found a chicken with a broken wing and stumbled upon a scarecrow, monster wrapped in a burlap sack. Meanwhile, girls' night consisted of making a dress so far. And it will end with them plotting to take over the world. As is
Same
fitting.
thing we do every night.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Do 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 do. All right, let's go. Woo!
Anywho, yeah. If I remember correctly, Lucius had just literally fallen out of the upper loft of the barn.
Was attacked by a chicken.
Yep, attacked by a chicken. While Nocturna was subsequently attacked by something that looks like a scarecrow with a pumpkin for a head and a slight bit of flames licking around the mouth. So we're gonna hold on one second. We're gonna go ahead and just roll initiative. Girls, you can also roll initiative if you want to, or you can leave the boys to their fate and continue to make dresses, and I'll check in on what you guys are doing on your initiative count to give some kind of side piece to the horror that's going on in the barn.
As soon as I find my character.
I can't highlight my character when I hit initiative, just to give you a heads up.
Oh yeah, hold on. I'll just make the tokens that I have invisible, non-invisible, just in case you guys try to join in. But in characterly, y'all are upstairs making a dress, so.
Correct.
Probably aren't going to hear them unless they scream.
Right. But at least we have something there. And then worst case, it's our initiative to making dresses.
Mina is ready to make dresses.
I am.
Alright, let's see. Nocturna. Why can I? There we go. That's better. Ow. And then... There's Paige.
Ooh, Paige is ready too.
Paige is ready to stitch the bodice.
How
Alright.
boys' night feeling? Boys, are we ready to fight?
Hold on, I've got to roll initiative for a chicken and a gourd.
The chicken getting initiative?
Of course the chicken's getting
Oh, no.
initiative. This is a Hyrulean chicken.
I'm more
no,
I
no.
don't see the initiative tracker, by the way.
Hold on.
I'm more concerned with the gourd having initiative.
The pumpkin head scarecrow thing.
What the heck?
Yeah, exactly.
Why aren't any of the initiatives showing up on the turn order?
I clicked my token.
Yeah, I know you did. And I clicked mine too. This is weird. Wait, let me try again. Oh, wait, no, there it is. There they all are. I love you too. Bye. Love you too, bye.
Grayson isn't up there. I'll re-roll him and then change it to what the original roll was. Meow. Oh, that roll was so much better. That's okay. 8. And then who else isn't up there? Callan's not up there either.
Dun dun dun.
Let me fix
Alright,
that.
there's that, and huh. They don't have a stat sheet for a chicken. Well, it's basically a velociraptor, right? Let me just look up a stat sheet for raptor.
There's a Hyrulean chicken.
Alright. Gourd. Plus how much? Okay. At turn. Chicken's gonna act on Lucius's initiative. Alright, so up first is Paige, serenely sewing in the room with no idea that there's any problem whatsoever. I assume that they will continue the serene sewing in the room, possibly making commentary about the symmetry.
Hold on, let's see.
Oh, we're typing? Yes, excellent. They will respond to issues if they hear it, otherwise sewing. Yes, so they, I'm gonna roll them a sleight of hand check to see how well we're doing on the dress. We're doing decently well. We're connecting the cuffs to the the sleeves right now, the cuffs and the lace and stuff. Wilhelmina, you're up. Oh no, we've lost Wilhelmina.
He's muted.
Lindsay, do you know that you're muted?
I did not. I am fully preoccupied in the dress, distracted quite a bit. Obviously.
Obviously.
So I am doing nothing but sewing and trying not to stab my fingers.
Excellent. Just go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check to see how well you're doing on the dress. Pretty decently. You have to use mending once or twice when a stitch goes awry, but you're doing a pretty decent job of it. There's a lot of material to work with. You're keeping to the pattern though, pretty much. Next up, we've got Mr. Pumpkin Man, and let's see here. What can you do? Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. he is going to rear back and with a snicker, lunge forward at Nocturna and make a bite attack. Plus 6 is a 13 total, so does not hit Nocturna. And then he is going to make 2 slashing claw attacks with his spindly scarecrow fingers. Let's see. First one's a natural one, so bad things are going to happen to him. Second one's a 14, though. Plus 6 equals, yeah. So that one will hit, assuming nothing too terrible happens on that natural one that we just rolled. All right, let's get the critical fail chart out already.
Let's start the evening strong.
Come on, dragon. Oh, maybe. Let's find out. I don't remember what 67 is.
Try a dragon.
I think it's dragon. I'm not sure a dragon could teleport into Barovia though, so I'm not entirely sure if that'll track.
Okay, he's really high. Maybe that's where they go when they're high.
That's not the right one.
Ah. The dragon is not dragon, is Strahd. No, that's probably not good either. Unless the dragon is Strahd. Dun dun dun.
Total party ready to happen.
Okay. So, oh no, that's the correct one. Yeah, okay, cool. No, 67. So he slashes out with one claw attack at Nocturna. He makes that, which is gonna be D8 plus 3. It's gonna deal 10 slashing damage to Nocturna. And then he's going to rear back his other claw to make a second attack and stop just inches short from Nocturna, body twitching slightly, and Nocturna's going to get an opportunity attack on him. And that's going to hit, dealing 12 bludgeoning damage to the creature.
Nice.
Alrighty. And that's his turn as Nocturna yells, "Crikey, that hurt!"
Crikey.
Alright, Lily, you're up. What are you doing in your sewing circle?
So, I see Lily as trying to help, but also doesn't know how to sew, and is kind of finding this a little boring. So she's kind of going back and forth between, like, helping as much as a child can help with these things, and then kind of, like, going and, like, drawing and stuff in her book. And also she's kind of mumbling under her breath when she writes some things in her book, like, "Find that the whole town eats people pie, but I bite that one meanie at the orphanage and I'm the weirdo." And it's just kind of like writing and going back and forth and like helping as much as she can, which probably isn't very much. Looking out the window, you know, making sure that Grayson isn't, you know, leaving covered in blood with no one else leaving, you know, that kind of thing.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Oh. Who rolled on page feeling? Okay. Yeah, with an 11, you don't notice anything going on inside the barn quite yet. No sounds are reaching your ear. There's no distress to any of the animals that you can see outside the barn. You see the door is still open and the lantern still hanging lit above it, but you don't see any like movements inside there that would indicate distress currently.
She's also like, why did they get to go on an adventure? And I'm gonna help though. I'm gonna make the best dress ever. And she's like, writing in the book and like drawing in the book like a dress because she's gonna make one. Trying to help.
And Lucius, you're up. You're currently prone with a chicken on top of you.
So I was gonna take my whole turn to get up, or?
No, it's only half your movement.
Alright, so I'm going to get up. Say, fuck you, chicken. Who just joined?
Come
back.
Welcome back.
Yep, I'm home. And...
Oh, cool. So that means...
so I'm gonna get up from underneath this chicken. Can I throw the chicken at the creature?
It would be an improvised weapon, but yes. So two things need to happen. First one, roll a sleight of hand or a straight up dexterity check to see if you can grasp the chicken, because it is quite quick. And then if you do manage to grasp it, it will be just a straight up strength roll to throw it.
I have the chicken.
That is a dexterity save, but I think the modifier is the same, so I'll just take it. Yep, you grasp the chicken by its legs, and it is currently flailing and pecking at you and buffeting you with its wings, but there's
one wing, because one is broken.
Correct. There is no way that with his meager beak he can break your armor, so I'm not even going to make him roll against you. And then go ahead and roll just a regular strength roll to see.
Oh my god, the chicken's gonna do damage.
Yup. Let's see here. Go ahead and roll me 2d4 plus your strength modifier.
Alright, give me 1 second. This should be 2d4 is going to be wait, so it's gonna be, is there a dice thing on this one, or do I just have to be like roll d4?
So if you look over here on the left-hand side of your screen, where it has that kind of little bar that lets you choose between select and move and stuff like that, there should be one that looks like a dice near the bottom. If you mouse over it, it'll give you a list of things you can roll, and the very first one, there's d4, and then numbers of d4s that you can roll. You just click on it, and then just add whatever your strength modifier is.
Yeah, my strength modifier is 3.
So that's gonna do 6 damage.
Go, battle chicken!
Chicken, I choose you!
And you throw this chicken at the creature, and it begins pecking and scratching at its head. It's flapping its one wing to stay on top of the gourd's head. And so anybody attacking him is currently going to have advantage as long as the chicken is on his head.
Yeah, Lucius immediately starts looking for another chicken to throw.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
Alright, let's see.
No, you do not see any more chickens.
See any other chicken in this chicken coop.
Yeah, your head's still rigging just... It's not a chicken coop that you're in, it's a barn. The chickens aren't really supposed to be in there. That one fled into the barn.
Fled where the enemy was, stupid chicken.
It fled from the enemy to the barn, Lucius.
Well, guess where the enemy of the chicken is? In the barn.
Yeah, it followed it. It's a chicken. You don't see any more chickens. No more chickens. Anything else for your turn, Lucius?
I'm gonna move right in front of it.
Okie dokie.
Now Grayson can come down.
That's probably a good idea, because you were blocking the ladder, and he is still on the second level. Alright.
Actually, can I move here instead, or is that too much movement?
No, you can do that. You had half movement, so that was only 5-10 feet that you moved. You had, I think, at least 15 movement, so that's fine.
Okay.
Yep. Next up is Gallon. He came back at the best time.
Yep. me see this thing. Okay, so that's what I got going on.
When you have a strength modifier like I do, anything you throw is a weapon, including a chicken.
Okay. Alright. I was just looking at my character sheet, seeing what I had. Do do do. Um. Alright. Ooh.
Oh, he had resistance to that one. Okay.
Alright. So, see. Do I have a clear view on this thing?
If you moved up 2 more squares, you would, yes.
Alright. So, I'll move up 10 feet over here. And, seeing it's, not in a advantageous position, I'm gonna, throw. Let's see, what do I want to throw at him? I am going to throw a Mind Sliver at him. Yeah, let's go with Mind Sliver. And, let's see. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a Mind Sliver at him, so it'll be a intelligence saving throw.
Okie dokie, let's see. That's gonna be plus that. It's gonna be D20 plus 3 equals 16.
They save.
Yes, they do.
So nothing happens to it.
Alrighty. It is currently got a chicken on its head, but that doesn't count towards ones that are saving throws, so unfortunately, yeah, okie dokie.
Okay, and then that's about all I can do. So.
Alrighty, Nocturna is up, and he is going to, seeing as his Warhammer did not do quite as much damage as he thought it was going to do, he's going to grab his longsword and instead attempt to hit it with that. That does hit, and that's 12 slashing damage, which seems to do a lot more than the hammer did. And then, do you have that spell? Yep. He's gonna say, "Oh, that bugger really hurts," and healing word himself to get 4 points of health back because his health was halved by that one hit. So, and yeah, that's gonna be the end of his turn. Grayson, you're up.
Ooh. Okay, Grace is gonna go down the ladder. And he's gonna see this weird ass jack-o'-lantern thing.
With a chicken on its head.
With the chicken on its head. And you know what? He's gonna cut his own finger and attempt to curse the jack-o'-lantern person thing in hopes. Well, no, if I cut my finger, I don't have to do it that way. Yeah, I will cut my finger and deal myself damage first. Hold on. I got a button for this that I made. Oh, ow.
Did you take max damage?
Yeah. And, he has to, let's see, must succeed a strength saving throw of 13, or the cursed creature's speed is reduced to 0, and it cannot take reactions for 1 minute.
Alrighty, let's see here. So it's a d20 plus 3. That's 15.
Damn it. That was, yeah, that's fine. And then I will cut my, no, let's not do it that way. I will then draw my sword and shield and call it the end of my turn.
Alrighty. And now it's Paige's turn, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a perception check for you, okay, Paige? To see if you can hear the ruckus that's kicking up in the barn now since the window is open. Perception. There you are. Alright, that's an 18. Paige does hear what sounds like a lot of fumbling and yelling of crikey from the barn.
Crikey.
Crikey!
And a chicken?
Yes, there are also the angry squawks and screams of a chicken. Oh, we may have lost them to the heat again.
Felix, you there?
They did post a meme about 9 minutes ago? 10 minutes ago.
Math is hard.
Some time ago. Yeah, I think we may have lost them to the heat. It may have overtaken them. Gosh darn California. Yeah. Alright, well then I shall play on until they awaken. With an 18, they kind of look over at the window, pausing in their stitchery and whirring, face the other two and say plainly, "There appears to be an altercation on Boys' Night. Should we engage?"
Are they in trouble?
"I think they are chasing a chicken."
Yeah, that could be trouble.
I would agree wholeheartedly. If you two would like to go, I can continue on with this.
"There is safety in numbers. If one goes, we should all go?"
I'm going.
It's a good.
And Lily's going to prepare to jump out the window.
Okay. We have to finish the dress, so I'm gonna stay because we gotta finish the dress by tomorrow.
Ah, very well. I will radio you. Sorry, I will
Tooth
call.
me?
I will tooth you if we need your assistance. And Paige holds up
Why
one of
does
the
that sound
teeth.
so dirty?
Sounds good.
Because there is something wrong with your brain, Lewis.
I don't know. It's there. Just think about it.
Okay. And Paige gets up and exits through. Paige gets up and exits through not the window, but the door, and starts going downstairs. That'll probably take her a while. If she's doing it at a dash, that would probably get her to about here for that turn. Wilhelmina, you're up.
Lindsay, you're muted again.
Oh no, she was just
Yes.
rolling sleight of hand.
Yes.
You're knocking out
I-
the seams. It's so good.
I'm working on it, man. It's gotta get done.
Yeah, it's just before the con. We gotta get it done.
Yeah, come on.
Fuck. Gotta go to the costume contest, group photo shoot and shit. We can't just like half done. No, we need main
Yeah,
page. It's part of the ensemble. We agreed to the group cosplay.
yeah, I mean, first impressions are the best, and we gotta meet up with the dude tomorrow.
All right, so yep, you are working really well on that dress. It's gonna look absolutely gorgeous. Next up is Mr. Gourdman. Now he has more than one target. With a chicken on his head, he's not going to be happy about that. So his first act is going to be to try to open his mouth wide and bite the chicken in half. So, oh, is that going to be plus dex or plus strength? I forget. Oh, it's a plus 6. Okay, so d20 plus 6. There's probably absolutely no way this can miss unless he is roll that one. Yeah, that'll be a 16. That definitely hits the chicken. And the chicken.
Get disadvantage because of the chicken.
That's true. He does get disadvantage because of the chicken. So let's try that again. Another d20 plus 6. Oh, that's a 17. So yeah, he's definitely gonna hit the chicken. And that's gonna be 3d4 plus 3.
Hi, chicken.
Yeah, that's about that's about 12 times the number of hit points the chicken had. So you just see this pumpkin lean back its head and open its mouth way too wide, a radiant heat exiting as flames coil around the jagged cut mouth that is in this pumpkin scarecrow, and it just closes over the chicken, and you hear a loud squawk of agonizing pain, and then fried chicken, that smell is delicious. And he devours the chicken, and the flames seem to ignite a little bit higher. And then he is going to make 2 claw attacks, one towards Nocturna and one towards Lucius. Grayson, where is your character positioned actually, since you came down the ladder? The ladder was right here, so that's where you would have been when you came down. Did you move closer after you did that, or did you just remain where you were?
I just remained where I was.
Okay, then yeah. These 2 attacks are both going to be aimed, one at Nocturna, one at Lucius. First one is for Nocturna. It's a d20.
Lucius is now regretting throwing the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
He's glad he did not find a secondary chicken to throw.
It's a 17 that just manages to hit Nocturna. And then this one is for Draconius, d20 plus 6. 12 doesn't hit you, right, Draconius?
Not even close.
Say what?
Not even close.
Excellent. So only Nocturna gets to be in pain. That sounds about right. Let's see here. That's 1d8 plus 3. Oh, minimal damage. He's going to only take 4 slashing damage this time, which is ironically exactly how much he healed himself for. That's great. Alright, Lily, you're up. You said you wanted to jump out a window. The window is about right here in your room, I believe.
Okay. Question first.
Mm-hmm.
Was that enough for a short rest before this began?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. How high up is the window?
You are on the 2nd story, so roughly about 15 feet from the ground.
Okay. Can I Misty Step down, and then that would be about 15 down, 15 out, unless we use Pythagorean's theory is probably further, but I'm not mathing.
Yeah, Pythagorean's theory, which is probably going to put you about 10 feet closer to the door. So right about there is your maximum.
No,
What?
It decided when I tried to move her, the entire map moved, and I went across the screen.
That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. And then well, actually, is there like a window or anything on this side?
There is not. The
Okay.
barn does not have any windows.
Well, that's a shame. And then she's going to run. How far do I run again? Let me check.
And I run,
35.
run so far
Well,
away.
yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's going on?
Hmm.
And do I see anything?
So Nocturne is kind of blocking your view of the thing because it is a little bit shorter than him. But you can see flickers of flame from just behind him, and like what looks like some form of humanoidish creature. Does it have a pumpkin head? What the heck is that?
Here, rock! And I. Okay, so that was a bonus action. Can I just chuck my rock?
Mm-hmm. You will have disadvantage though because Nocturna is blocking your view.
Get out of the way! I need to throw a rock!
Well,
And then I'll just hold my rock.
Okay, you hold your rock to throw it as soon as Nocturna moves out of the way. Alright, Lucius, you're up, and you do have advantage because you are flanking him with Nocturna.
Do I see Lily there?
Um, how tall are you again?
Probably like 4
7 feet.
foot.
Yeah, you probably can see Lily a little bit over the top of Nocturna's head from the angle you're at.
Also, I yelled, I have a rock.
She did yell, "I have a rock," and get out of the way.
Alright, I'm going to use two-handed weapon fighting to use two short swords at the same time to cut him.
Mm-hmm.
So... Hold on, give me a second with my text. So... Oh, I don't think I have one for two short sword.
Well, you just roll 2 individual short sword attacks. Your second short sword attack, though, if it hits, it will not add on the modifier for the damage.
Okay.
Alright, so your first one misses. Your second one does hit, but it's only going to do 5 piercing damage.
17 misses?
Oh, yeah, that's right, advantage. Never mind, 17 hits. Just hits, actually, just barely. I love you too, Patrick.
Alright, so that does 11 damage?
Yes, 11 damage total. Bye, baby, I love you too.
I yelled to Lily, "Don't worry, boys' night is almost over. We got this." As I like put him with my two swords.
Pieces of burning gourd are flying everywhere. He looks like he's taken a little bit of damage. You can see the crisscross lines of your sword that have carved lines out of his face, where more flames are coming from, by the way. No sign of that chicken, but it smells delicious. Have you ever
So wait,
tried to
did
bake
the
a
chicken
chicken?
he ate heal him at all, or give him just a boost in attacks or defense?
You don't know.
Can I roll insight to try to find out?
Let's see, I think this would be more of a nature or survival check, actually, whichever one's better for you.
Survival.
Um,
17.
It looks like he just ate the chicken to be a dick about it. It doesn't appear to have given him any benefits other than a nice scent of fried chicken filling the air.
Also, it did get that chicken off of him, which stops him from getting disadvantage.
Correct.
So, fine, I guess. Ugh. Turnover.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Gallon, you're up again.
Alright. Gallon, if my sheet will open. Oh no, my laptop's being buggy. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, we hear you.
We hear you.
Okay, cool. My laptop started, like, tweaking. Alright, I am going to throw a magic missile. Let me make sure I can Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a magic missile at him. So for the first missile, it's going to do 4 points of force damage,
Nice.
and then second one's going to do 4 points of force damage, and I'll keep it. The last one's going to do 2 points of force damage.
Nice.
All right, you said how much total?
Overall 10.
10, and it's all force damage. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. Anything else for your turn, Gallop?
Mm. Oh. Damn it. Mm. Sorry about that. Yes. I was like, oh, hello. Oh, fuck, wrong voice.
Nicholas jumped into this game just like
Yeah,
Lucius
yeah.
jumped into the last game.
Kitty!
Oh god, thank god Lily's in this group and not that one. Oh fuck.
Puppy! Kitty!
It's I don't remember his voice. Damn it.
I think it was kind of gruff old Manny.
Yeah.
Still dignified.
It's oh, God.
It's
For the play.
whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you. Okay, that helped me.
From Hades Town.
It's all right, little one. Just a little errand from the bartender. This creature is killing chickens. But we got it.
I don't know. Paige said she heard some screaming.
Nocturne is a little worse
Jeannie,
for the wares.
excuse me, Jeannie heard some screaming.
Nocturne is a little worse for the wares, but the rest of us are fine.
Yeah, good on. We got this. And
Okay, well, I'll just supervise.
Nocturna does step out of the way as he was bidden, though, to give Lily that shot that she wanted. So you can go ahead and.
Is that with, I guess, my slingshot then, right? So, because I have that.
No, you just throw it. You just throw the magic stone.
Oh. I could. Well, I can't throw. It's not magic yet because I misty stepped.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Okay, then yes, slingshot it is.
I missed. It's fine.
You sure did.
I'm like, fine. I'll just supervise. Just kind of chuck it. Just stand there cross-armed.
Lucius.
If you roll like a d20 to see if she just hits a chicken randomly, because
There
you're trying
is-
to save the chicken.
There's
So
no more chickens. He ate the only chicken in here.
The chickens aren't in the barn, they're in the coop.
They're outside in the coop. This chicken ran in here to try to escape the pumpkin dude who ate him now.
So we fail at saving the chickens.
You failed at saving that chicken, that's for sure. There are other chickens.
The chicken that was hurt and had a broken wing, you chucked it at the pumpkin.
Yeah.
And it was good. We gave him disadvantage. It was and damage. It was a good idea.
It was a good idea, and then he ate it. After you finish chucking the rock, though, Nocturna is going to step back into place so that he can have advantage on his attack that he's going to do. He's gonna go ahead and use his longsword again. That's a 20. That hit. He's doing really fucking good tonight. Look at that. That's 12 damage. Shing! This thing isn't looking all that great anymore. And then he is going to healing word himself again as a bonus action. He's only got 2 spell slots left after that. Oh, good. 7 healing this time.
Anti-damage.
Anti-damage. Excellent. And that's his turn. And Grayson, you're up.
Woo! Grayson is going to take a 5-foot step, and then stabby.
Stabbity, stabbity.
I just like how we end up just jumping a monster. And it's like, fight back, as we just keep stabbing it.
Grayson can't stab.
Yeah,
Grayson can't do anything today.
I was gonna say, never mind, I'm soloing this thing. We're not jumping it. Besides that one longsword, turn it did.
I did 10 damage.
Yep, you did.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Three.
That's a
Three.
Nocturna's been
Yeah.
consistently kicking ass. It's too bad that he's not here to witness it.
yeah, Grayson can't. Grayson just sucks today. He takes a stab at it and goes, "Oh, this thing moves too fast."
It's because I was using your computer earlier.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
you
yes,
tainted
it
it.
Did you roll ass while you were using it?
We didn't really roll that much last game.
Yeah,
Oh, it was more roleplay?
it was a
It was
lot
a
of
heavy
roleplay.
roleplay.
Extremely. Yeah, they only rolled like 1 or 2 times, and they were not for any fighting related things, so.
Though I did roll ass on a history check, and then now my character is a flat earther.
Yep, he sure is.
Is that another reason why Lily hates Grayson? Because he's old?
I think she's just insulting him any way she can. But anywho, anything else for your turn, Grayson?
No, that's it.
Alright, Paige is up, and she's gonna dash again.
Did Gallon hear that?
5,
Because if he's so, he's gonna be a little
20,
offended.
30. I don't know. Roll perception, Gallon. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That is her turn.
Now,
How you doing
for
on
me
that
to get a
dress?
natural 20 on any roll.
Did you
I
get?
am gonna say.
You got a natural 20 on your perception check, so you heard what Lily said.
Yes, I was like, I'm not. I know I'm old, but damn.
She was talking.
Not
Grayson.
you, him, and points at Grayson.
He looks younger than Gallon. Oh damn, Wilhelmina's killing it at this dress bit. She's putting embroideries on it. She's like sewing small pieces of semi-precious gemstones in the hem. This is gonna be glorious, like almost a ball gown.
I mean, hey, it'll get done. And yeah, I don't know. Can any of these gems work in armor tents?
No, unfortunately not. But I am assuming that Paige will be wearing her quote-unquote armor underneath of the dress. So, anyway.
Well, you
Let me know when
can
I'm
do
done.
You can potentially do something though as an artificer, can't you? Infuse an item. Can't you? You can do 2 infusions, so you can technically infuse one of those items
You
or
could.
that dress with something.
Okay, I might do that next turn or later.
Okie dokie.
Let me know when I'm done.
Well, dresses take a while. If you want to take a break to stretch your hands and
No,
go see what the
no,
heck they're doing, though.
No, I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. Alrighty, well, it is now the Boys Night Monster's turn. So here's what happens. So you see this scarecrow turn to a fully faced Nocturna, Gallon, and Lily, and it appears to be taking a deep breath. Its chest expands like a bellows, a cherry red glow starting to emit from beneath the burlap wrappings, and then it exhales. And everybody needs to make a dexterity saving throw that's standing in front of it, which would be Nocturna, Gallon, and Lily.
Fuck.
Oh, Lily's good.
Lily's always good.
Lily's doing cartwheels around the blast.
It's a saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
All
Oh
right.
no, Nocturna!
Nocturna is like right in front of his face, like directly.
Yep.
17 for Gallon.
17. And what was the DC on that one? Yeah,
I
you
hope
make
that
it.
worked. I hope that saves.
It does.
That's a big save.
It does. I just didn't remember what the DC was, so I was looking. Which is good for you, because you're only going to take half of this damage. Nocturna, however, is going to take the full bits. Let's see, how many D8 is that? Oh, not D8s, D6s. And then 4 more, because it's 8 of them. So that's going to
Oh,
be a
fuck.
total of 35 damage, halved for you, and Lily. So that's going to be
17.
17.
But Nocturna just dies.
So Nocturna drops to 0 hit points. So here's
Can
what
we
you
change
see.
the name of this episode on Twitch to Nocturna just fucking dies?
So
This is what happens when you don't show up.
here's what happens, you
No.
guys. 'Cause this is gonna get fun and interesting. So he breathes out, a cackling skull of flame exiting his mouth and expanding to whoosh down the hallway in a cone of fire that hits all 3 of you guys. Some of you for more damage, some of you for less. And Nocturna, he gets completely fricasseed and drops to the ground, groaning as he drops to 0 hit points and is currently unconscious and would be making death saving throws, except the eyes of this creature lock on him and it reaches out with one twisted, gnarled hand and grasps something in the air and pulls it towards its open mouth, and you see a wispy shape pulling out of Nocturna that kind of looks like his form right now,
He's eating his soul!
and he swallows it.
Oh, fuck. What?
Lucius yells, I would say someone help Wolf Boy, but it looks like his soul's gone.
And he looks like he's glowing a little bit brighter now.
You rolled 246. Which one was which?
Oh, it's actually 8d6, but it won't let me go up to 8 on the auto roll, so I just have to roll
Oh,
2, 7,
fuck.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Lucius
30.
yells,
17.
I need
Took 17 damage, Gallon. 17.
Ow.
Lucius yells, magic people, I need to know what just happened.
Dude, like, is there... Would I know, or not? I can't roll yet.
Yeah,
Arcane check.
you can roll it on your turn, but it's not your turn right now.
I know, Lucius just said that so he can, like, they will
Yeah.
find out eventually.
Yeah, talking is a free action, so that's fine. You see, when you say that, though, the Pumpkinhead rotates a full 180 degrees to face towards you, backwards on its own torso currently, and opens its mouth and says, "Crikey! Well, this just got more interesting, didn't it?"
I know what I have to do.
No!
Eat more burgers and smoked chicken?
Lily, you're up, and you've actually got a nice clear shot right now because Nocturna's body is currently on the ground.
Yeah, I kind of wish I took Spare the Dying, but didn't. Because I was like, oh, we got Knock Knock, we got Mina. I don't need Spare the Dying. I'm going to... Is this an action, or... Give me a second here. That's an action, and... Okay, I'm going to... How much damage does that do, potentially? Okay, I'm going to... Yeah, I guess I'm going to magic rock at him. Um, so let me do. Where is my magic rock? Magic rock. There it is. And I miss. Okay, cool.
Yep.
And
Well,
can I? Mhm.
mm, yeah, yeah. Yeah, technically, since that's not melee, that is not advantage. So yeah, you do miss. Sorry.
Can I try to figure out how to help Knock Knock?
Well, you know he's unconscious. You can go ahead and make, let's see, this will be either a nature or religion check to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Oh, I'm great at both of those. Oh, not bad. Good job, Lily.
Alright, so you're not really sure what that thing is because you've never seen one before. But you know that that was Nocturna's soul that it just grabbed. And if you don't kill that thing before it gets out of here, you might not be able to wake Nocturna up. You can see his body is still breathing. He's still in the process of quote unquote dying. Um, but he is not going to be able to wake up if you can't kill that thing and get its soul back.
Okay. And as a bonus action, I'm gonna hex it.
Didn't you?
Oh, that's right, because the thing is a bonus action. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Forgot. I was like, oh no, that's a cantrip. I can do a thing.
Alrighty. And let's see. Next up is Lucius. Do you relay this information to him though?
Yes. I'll say, we need to get his soul back. Get it out of him. Rip him apart.
So, can I do like an arcane check or perception? Like, I want to know how did he absorb it and take on all the characteristics of Nocturnal Soul, or is it just feeding him?
That'll be a nature or a religion check in this case.
Both are terrible. Nat one.
This is now Nocturna. You're facing your old friend inside a pumpkin.
Okay.
Or should I say your husband?
So,
Does this count as spousal abuse?
no, it doesn't, because Lucius takes off his shirt and armor to do a seduction on Nocturna.
No. I feel like you've been
it's a
waiting for
monster.
this.
All because I rolled shitty. No, I was gonna try to attack it or something, but because I rolled that bad.
Oh man.
Good old zero on religion.
Because I rolled 0 on religion, I'm going to hard commit to it and just try to seduce him, because I know this would work easily on Nocturna.
Okay.
So Lily says rip him apart. Lucius hears rip it off.
Yep. That's exactly what Lucius hears. So go ahead and just make a regular straight charisma check for me.
Please be a nat 20.
I guess this would be a wisdom saving throw on its part.
Please be a nat 20, Lewis.
Do this, Lewis.
Alright, where is Charisma?
Now, I know you already
13.
said wisdom save on his part. Because I was debating whether to do vicious mockery. Oh no, I didn't hex him. Never mind. Because I was like, if I hexed him, I had to pick a thing, and I keep forgetting I didn't hex him. Never mind. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Advantage because it's Nocturna Soul, or does it not work like that?
We'll find out. So this is going to be a +3 to the d20. And so here's what happens. The creature
Hold on. Let me do my thing, and then you can do yours.
Okay.
So Lucius she takes off his shirt, poses very sexy, like, "Oh, Nocturna, why are we fighting? We could be doing other things instead."
Oh
Lily,
my
close your eyes.
god.
Gallon, shield Lily's eyes.
So,
And then what happens in response to that?
so the creature's head stays completely still as the body now rotates 180 degrees to face you fully. And a hand goes up to his face as though he's partially bashfully shielding himself, kind of in a playful shy motion. He's like, Lucy, not in front of the kids.
Oh my god, I think it worked!
Find out on this turn,
Lucius
won't
is
you?
just gonna, try to keep Nocturna's attention and try a peaceful solution instead of a violent one.
We'll see how that works out on its turn. Gallon, go up.
So Gallon is going to respond. Exactly, not in front of the kids, and not in front of the kid, and spend 2 sorcery points to cast Darkness in a space.
Are you still talking, Gallon? Because we can't hear you anymore.
No, I'm trying to make the circle.
Ah. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I got my cootie shot.
You remember when that was part of Bal's Victorian speech? Valedictorian speech, sorry.
Whose
I-
valedictorian speech?
me
The
double check.
year after us, Val.
I don't
Yeah, okay, that's
remember,
correct.
no.
He was like, he did all of the AP stuff possible. Had like a 5.0 GPA,
You mean
and
Callum?
then no, Baviet,
I don't remember him.
and then he went up to do the speech, and he's like, I learned so many good things here. For example, there's a treatable condition that we all thought was not treatable. There has recently been a cure. Circle, circle, dot, dot. You all now have your cootie shot. Thank you. And he walked away.
Dang. I wish I'd been there for that, but I don't.
That was the best valedictorian speech.
I don't think I went to the year after
Better
us'
than mine.
graduation.
Oh, I remember yours.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know he was so religious.
So I casted it on him, and it spreads from a point within a point I choose to fill a 15-foot radius sphere for the duration of 10 minutes concentration. Darkness spreads around corners, and a creature with dark vision cannot see through this darkness. Non-magical light cannot illuminate it. I spent 2 sorcery points, so I am able to see through it.
Nobody else that you know of can, though.
You should stop strip dancing.
I was imagining lizard pelvis thrusts. Thank you so much.
God damn it. And and follows it up, and she said rip him apart, not rip it off.
He's like, shut up, I know what I'm doing.
I'm starting to doubt that.
And Gallon will step. Was he able to tell how much that was able to, like, how far those flames went? Was he able to tell that?
You saw them extend to a little bit beyond Lily.
Okay, he's gonna move 5, 10, 15 feet back, since you can probably see him now with Nocturna down.
Yes, he can.
Let's be safe. Let's go 20 feet.
Okay. Alrighty. And that is going to be Nocturna's turn then. His body is going to make a death saving throw.
Oh, and he would have yelled like, "And get away from that before it does that again."
No! Oh no!
Oh fuck!
So that's 2 failures.
Oh fuck!
Oh shit.
So Nocturna's dead. So
Not
Not
yet.
yet. Not yet. That's 2 failed death saves out of 3.
Uh-huh.
Somebody better come get me.
Maybe you need to take some night air. Maybe your
Yeah,
fingers
sounds
are
like.
your fingers are cramping up maybe. You need to take a break so you go to see what they're doing.
So actually, I don't think the darkness would extend out of the building.
Goes around corners.
Goes around
Around
and through
corners, but not
cracks.
through walls.
Does it go through cracks?
It's a little bit weird because darkness says like if you a point you choose in as object that you're holding or one that's being worn or isn't being worn or carried, darkness emanates from that object and moves with it, completely covering the source of darkness with an opaque object such as a bowl or a helm blocks the darkness.
Okie dokie. Alright.
So it sounds like, based off that, I feel like it wouldn't go through walls, just
Alright.
around corners.
Okay. So it's still contained within the barn. So part of that circle doesn't exist.
Like water.
Okay, cool. Grayson, you're up.
Grayson, can't see. This is great. Can I try?
If he realizes it's your turn, if he does, he's still right in front of you.
Cool. Grayson's getting annoyed, and he's realizing this is urgent. So he's gonna do a thing that only Galen can see, apparently. Hold on, I'm gonna email you.
Oh, I think I know what's going on.
I hope you got that, Madam DM.
What happened?
I
DM.
DM'd you.
Oh, let me look. Yay.
I know what it is. I don't know what it does, but I know what it is.
Did you have a
Okay.
token that you wanted to use for that?
I do not. I can get one for future uses. I didn't think that far ahead.
Okay, that's fine. Find one that you like, and I will make a thing.
Oh, and I
Okay.
still have my 2nd level spell slot because I didn't use spell slots.
Hold on. I just gotta see. I'm trying to look up where it tells me what type of action that is. Give me 1 second. Da-da-da-da-da. Why isn't it telling me?
Because you can make it whatever you want.
Not even D&D Beyond is telling me what type of action this is. Oh wait, there it is. Found it. Bonus action. Haha.
Yay.
Cool. So that was a bonus action. So I'm dropping the sword and taking a swipe at this lovely thing.
Technically, it would cancel out and be a straight roll because attacks against your opponent have advantage, but attacks you make are disadvantage if you're blinded. So that cancels out, right?
No.
No?
No.
Advantage against the opponent and disadvantage on your attacks?
Not if you're also blinded, no.
Huh.
And
If both parties are blinded, it's just straight up disadvantage.
That's what I was saying is, straight up disadvantage.
when you're in darkness. When you
Oh,
don't have
I
line of
was
sight.
thinking when they were still flanking, but even then, okay, never mind.
Well,
My
they're
bad.
not. Well, they're not flanking anyway.
I was thinking earlier when Nocturna was still up, because I was contemplating this spell for a minute.
All right, that hits. Is that just a straight
Woo!
up 9, or do you need to add anything to that?
That is, I believe, a straight up 9.
So
I
only.
No strength added?
I'm well. It was
Oh, it's Dex.
Dex.
It looks like.
yeah. It's 5 plus 4.
So only Gallon can see the physical changes that occur to Grayson's body when this happens, because I don't believe Lily or Draconius have magical dark sight, correct?
You mean like Devil's Sight that I got at level 3?
Oh yeah, that. So you
Yeah.
just
Above game, I knew that.
yeah. So
Gallon doesn't know, but
Lily and Gallon can see this happen. Lucius, you're completely in the dark, all puns intended. But describe to them what they see, Grayson, when this happens.
Grayson seems to be getting upset and out of his wanting to say.
And he goes away.
Dun dun dun.
cut out.
He got upset and cut out.
Oh no.
You're.
Grayson,
We lost you.
we lost Grayson.
That's fine.
It was really cool imagery.
It was gonna be cool imagery, and then we lost him.
Maybe his headset died, but that doesn't make sense. I put it on a charger when I left.
Well, while we wait for him to come back, I'm going to start setting out some creature choices for placeholder werewolf thingies. So,
Sorry about that, guys. My computer decided it doesn't have internet.
fuck
Oh.
him.
I don't know why.
What?
Probably gonna have to
What?
restart it. But yeah, no, it decided it doesn't recognize the little Wi-Fi card, so I gotta restart it. Anyways,
Oh, okay.
I'm over
I
here
got
eating-
so concerned when I saw this. I was like, what is happening?
The one on the right is perfect.
Love you too.
Can they hear me?
Business Wolfman.
Yes.
Anyways, I will now describe what happened to lovely Grayson. He gets so upset that he throws down his rapier and he kind of puts up his arms and kind of a bit of claws, and then his body kind of like looks painful, cracks and curls as his head transforms into a giant wolf head, and he body grows fur, and his clothes meld and change with him in a magical way that it looks like he's a werewolf still wearing his clothes.
Excellent.
Yep, I literally just pictured the entire loop and transformation there.
So I'll just delete these two potential tokens that did not have clothes and leave you with the choice of these 3 clothes-wearing tokens. Which would you like?
At least temporarily.
Would you like Gothic Horror Wolf, Business Wolf, or Bouncer Wolf?
I like Bouncer Wolf.
Excellent. Bouncer Wolf is the gray one.
Yep, I like him.
Oh, see, I thought he was Business Wolf.
Oh no, Business Wolf was the one with the ripped up tie.
Huh? Yeah, wait.
He has a clipboard. He's ready to go.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to my room and restart my computer.
Okay.
That'll be the end of my turn, is that strike, because that's all I can do.
Okay.
And I guess Lily's just, she's probably seen people transform before, so.
Lily has transformed herself.
Mhm.
Or do you mean to wolves and specifically?
In, like, wolves, because I'm thinking, you know, she's like, well, I didn't like him to begin with, and so if he is a werewolf, I mean, good, more things to not like about him.
Makes sense now.
Makes sense why I don't like him.
Alright, there's Business Wolf, or rather Bouncer Wolf. And that's the end of his turn. Did I do the 9 points off yet? I did not. Minus 9. Okie dokie. And now Paige is up and she's gonna run the full 60 feet that she can, which puts her about right here. Still not at the barn yet, though, unfortunately.
Because
Wilhelmina, what are you doing?
What happens if I jump out the window?
Well, it is 15 feet, so you will need to make a dexterity saving throw in order to not do damage to yourself when you hit the ground.
Okay.
God, I hope I don't go down.
I have to.
Oh wait, no.
I have to. They're taking too long.
Yeah, you did see when you glanced out the window while you were, doing the hem and the bodice. You did see what looked like flames lick out for some cracks in the barn. Oh no.
I think I'm taking damage.
You are. It's 15 feet, so you're only taking 1d6 of damage. This is actually where the window is for your room, so that's where you're jumping out at. That's where you'll end up at.
Sorry.
It's okay. Let me just see. That's 1d6.
Uh,
That's 4 damage
Yeah.
as you hit the ground and twist your ankle a little bit.
Okay. How far can I go?
Alright, let's see. So that was 5 feet to jump out the window. So you can go, I believe your movement speed is 25 feet. I mean, sorry, your movement speed is 30 feet.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so you can go 25 more feet and still be able to perform an action, or if you want to get even closer, you can dash 55 feet, but not be able to do anything when you get there.
How much is a square?
Each square
5.
is 5 feet.
How many do I have with an action?
5 squares. You can go 5 squares and still be able to perform an action.
So this could be 5.
Okay. Okay. I will dash to Lily and ask her to grab Nocturnal and drag maybe.
So, little above game stuff. You don't know that Nocturna is down, and that big circle you see
Oh,
is
right.
magical
Right.
darkness. So you could dash
Right.
to get in there and then see a big circle of magical darkness and nobody but Gallon, and then ask him what the fuck's going on.
If I see you, I would say
Talking
something.
is a
too.
free action, so you can still potentially get that information to Lily, but you would not be able to know what's
Yeah.
going on without asking Gallon. Which, talking
Yeah.
again, free action, you can still complete it after dashing.
Okay. I will have to.
Okay.
So yes. Gallon, what is going on?
Scarecrow monster, Nocturna's dead. I'm gonna bring him out. Just help him. Did I say dead? I meant
Perfect.
down.
I mean, same
Don't
thing.
keep saying that. That's the correct.
No, we will
Nocturna's
see.
dead.
But yes, you're taking too long. We have an appointment tomorrow.
Is she
You should
holding
be
the
in
dress?
bed by now.
Is she holding the dress still?
No, I lied it carefully on the bed,
And then
jumped
leaped
out,
out the
rolled
window.
my ankle.
Oh yeah, and
Cursed
I
the sky.
did mean to say fire-breathing Scarecrow and Nocturna's down. I need you to help him. I'll bring him out.
Yeah, bring him to me.
All right. Okay. So, next up is Mr. Monster Dude. And he is going to go ahead and turn to Well, he's not going to turn because he already turned. He did that full little like 180-degree spin there to look at you before Lucius, and he's still looking at you. Galen,
Can't
you
he
could
not
swear
see me?
you could swear that he could see him.
I can't see him.
I know.
What?
um,
Magical dark vision is so fucking rare to have. That's
Blind sight.
blind sight.
Oh, god fucking damn it!
Wait. So he can see me, but I can't see him. Got it.
Correct.
You fucked me, Galen. You fucked me.
God damn it!
So you hear Nocturna's voice come out of the darkness around you, and he says, "Buckle up, babe, and give us a kiss." And he's gonna try to do a bite attack on you. This is gonna be +8 this time because he's got a soul. Oh, you were so fucking lucky. You feel an infernal heat coming close to your face before you kind of instinctively jerk it out of the way, and you feel it like snap close to your ear. He's getting.
I also have bad news.
Oh.
Blinded creatures attacks against them have advantage.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. Let me try that again.
I'm
So that's a
sorry.
15 plus 8
Rob!
is 23.
I wanted to be honest.
Why? How much damage do I take?
Well, let's find out. So first it's going to be 3d4 of piercing damage +3 plus an extra 2. So that's
So I
going
take
to
7
be
damage.
5 plus 3 plus 2 is
So
10
10.
damage. It's 10 damage for the bite attack. And then he's going to try to wrap his arms around you and claw you down the back with 2 subsistent claw attacks.
Kinky.
Okay, let's see here. So here's
Gonna
claw
try to
attack
stomp
number
Galen
1
after
with
this part is over.
advantage. So yeah, it's definitely gonna hit 16 plus 8. And then I love you too, Patrick, but get off mommy's arm, please. Thank you. Okay, love you.
Does it
Bye.
include the 10 damage before? This is a separate damage.
This isn't damage. These were 2 attacks. Or rather,
16 doesn't hit.
this was.
Oh wait, it's 16 plus 8. Never
Yeah,
mind.
it is. So that's the first attack with advantage. Here's the second attack. You're so lucky. I'm so lucky that was with advantage. So 13 plus 8 is 21. 21 hits, right?
Yes.
All right, and let's.
I take 8 damage.
One d.
Whoopsie.
So that's gonna be a grand total of 2d8 plus, because I hit with both claw attacks. So it's 1d8 plus 3 each plus an extra 2. So that'll be 2d8 plus 10. Yes, for both of them together.
So 10 for both of the damages together.
No, more than that. It's gonna be more than that.
No.
You can be quiet, you know.
No, it isn't. Each claw attack, if they hit, only deals 1d8 plus 3 slashing damage on a normal hit, and it's plus an extra 2 for having a soul. So it would be 1d8 plus 5 for each of the attacks that he made. So that's going to be 2d8 plus 10 total.
Which is how much?
So it will not be more than that.
He said 10.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's 8 plus 10 is 18 plus the 10 that you took before. That's going to be 28 damage, Lucius.
Oh my
I
fuck.
think you're still up though.
I am still up, but barely, because Galen does not like his party.
This should have made him blind. This should have made him blind.
If you knew it was gonna make us blind, why? It
Because-
screwed over everyone but
It was
him.
a panic response. It was a panic response.
be
And Lily's
fair-
okay.
To be fair, not
Luke just starts to shout out loud, Galen is bad under pressure.
Does he even know Galen's the one who did that?
He does know this is one of Galen's spells, because Galen has done this before, and
Not
Lucius
this spell.
has been blinded by this before.
Has
Not
he?
this spell, actually. No.
I don't believe he has, actually.
This is the
Just
first time
got
I
it level
cast this
3.
spell.
Yeah, he just got it at level 3. He hasn't had a chance to use it on anybody yet.
Mm-hmm. I have used a second level spell on Lucius, but it wasn't this.
How do you know it wasn't the monster that's attacking you?
Alright. Lucius is going to be like, when that monster managed to take all of our sites, that's when everything went downhill. He's going to start doing
This next round is going to be hectic.
Speaking of, Lily, you're
Spell
up.
off.
Okay, so Lily is going to kind of turn to Gallon and be like, "He can see! Turn it off!" And she saw him.
I see that!
And she's gonna run and she's gonna cast Hex on the thing now.
As a bonus action, okay.
As a bonus action.
What ability are you choosing?
That is a good question. I'm just hold on a second, let me look at this real quick.
I'm also surprised that Lily can see. But he might be panicking to the point where he doesn't make that realization yet. He's like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
She's going to do...
Boys night, yay.
He gets attacked, he screams out in pain very loudly, so that especially Gallon and Lily can hear.
Oh yeah, Lily's aware, and she's not happy with Gallon because he's hurting Lucy. She's gonna do. Hold on, let me see what this does real quickly here. I want to take a look. How does this go? I'm gonna do strength.
Okay, so he has disadvantage on strength saving throws?
Any ability checks.
Any strength-based ability checks. Okie dokie, disadvantage.
Yes.
Alright.
And then she wants to bite him with her vampire bite.
Okie dokie, go ahead.
Absorb the soul back. Absorb Nocturna's soul back.
Yeah, put it in the kid.
I think I did.
You did actually. You did. Hit.
And then I also get a hex bonus. So hold on a second. Let me read the vampire bite thing. Deals okay. If you're missing half or more of your hit points, you have advantage. When I bite this creature and it isn't a construct or undead, I don't know if this is.
Not a
I can regain.
or undead.
Okay, I can regain hit points equal to the piercing damage. So I gain 4 back.
He kind of tastes spicy though.
That's
Is that
fine, I like spicy.
also a limited number of times you can regain those hit
What the
points?
fuck did you just do?
I'm trying to put my health back. 15, thank you. I don't know. I couldn't see what I was doing.
Okay.
Nocturna's laying on top of me
I'm
right
going
now.
to move Nocturna over here so you can see yourself, but he is still where you're standing. You're standing over top of his body currently.
Lily's just standing on dead Nocturna.
Well, technically, she wants to try to jump and, like, sort of tackle bite this guy, so
Well,
I think she's kind of in the middle.
Jump pad. Got it.
Yeah, so she kind of jumped over to bite. Can I stay bit on him as a grapple?
If you still had a bonus action, I would allow it, but you did use it to cast Hex this round. You can attempt that next round if you like.
Okay, so I at least did some damage and I got some health back. Okay.
Alrighty, Lucius, you're up, sexy shirtless boy. Also, since you took your armor off, your AC is down, by the by.
Don't forget you are capable of healing yourself as a bonus action, I think.
I'm gonna do that. I'm going to put my armor back on. And realize that, ouch. And now I'm gonna activate Second Wind.
I think it's a bonus action.
Second Wind is a bonus action. Taking armor on and off is an action.
Okay, so I use Second Wind to. So I roll 1d10 for my fighter level, and my fighter level is what again?
3.
So 1d10 plus 3.
Nice.
Woo!
So I get,
Oh god, thank God. You got like half your health back from that.
and that's all I can do, right?
Yes.
There is, if you wish, there's still the action surge you have.
Oh yeah, you do have action surge if you wanted to utilize it.
I'm reminding you because you forgot most of the campaign so far.
I'll use action surge to manifest an echo.
Mhm.
So that way he'll think there's 2 of me. I'm going to move here, and then my echo is going to be where I was, so he thinks that my echo is me. And then I'll call that a turn.
Alrighty. Callan.
But Lucius does the hand sign and goes, Shadow Clone Jutsu!
Harem Jutsu. Is his shadow clone wearing a shirt though?
He looks exactly like where Lucius is right now.
Okie dokie.
Lucius, do you need to get out of there?
Yes, he's kicking my ass. It's like he can see in this nothingness.
Alright, I'm doing that trick again. Alright, I'm doing the trick again. And he is going to cast, he's also going to spend 2 sorcery points. And cast, Vortex Warp, where this, dark shadowy vortex warps around Lucius and Nocturna, and I'm going to teleport both of them behind me and Wilhelmina.
But my echo's still there, right? Or did you
Yes.
teleport my echo?
Can you
No, I'm teleporting you.
Can you link the vortex warp thing? Oh, I missed a thingy.
So I'm able to hit both of them because of Twin Spell.
Okay. Do they have to be standing within a certain distance of each other in order to do it?
Nope, it's a creature that I can see within 8 creature that I can see within 90 feet, and I can move them anywhere that I can see within 90 feet.
Okie dokie. So you warp them both behind you. Wilhelmina Nocturna splays out on the floor behind you.
And as a free action, I drop Darkness. I almost forgot to do that.
I mean, I don't care.
Y'all see a werewolf now.
A woo woo woo.
I saw him to begin with.
I saw who did it, and he's not attacking us, so problems for later. Problems for later. Problems for later.
Ignore it. That is the theme of our party. Ignore it until it's a problem.
Speaking
Yeah.
of...
Oh no! A wolfman killed Grayson!
Speaking of problems, anything else for your turn, Gallon?
No, that was I don't really have anything. I can move, but
do a medicine
moving
check on
doesn't do
Nocturna as
much.
a bonus action, so I don't have to kill him with the next death save.
I didn't know that would be a bonus action.
Yep.
Do it.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I did not know it was a bonus action. So yeah, I will help. I will try to help Nocturna.
Just
so that
roll
is
check above 14, please. Surprise the body.
Oh my God! It's a 5. It bounced from a 15 then to the 5.
5 plus what?
0.
Oh God. Yeah. No.
I had 15 and then it went to 5.
Gallon's not used to burn
really
victims.
pissed that we killed him the day he wasn't here.
He tries to give him CPR. He's not sure what's going. No, it does. Oh, okay, that doesn't work. Well, we tried. Now it's Nocturna's turn. He's gonna roll a death save.
Ah! Nocturna's dead. Nocturna just died.
Can I say something out of character?
Yeah.
Yep.
Lily learned Gentle Repose at level 3.
That's good. It's very
Gentle
good.
Repose too.
You just have to get to that body within the next minute. which
Yep.
every round is 6 seconds, so that's still doable.
Oh fuck.
Nocturna's dying.
No,
So-
Nocturna is dead.
Yeah, DM, can we please turn it to Nocturna actually fucking dies? Is that the name of this episode, please?
No.
We call it the big unconscious, thank you.
Nocturna actually fucking big unconsciousness is...
Oh god. Corbin, I know you're gonna be watching this at some point. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna try. If Lily can survive this, she's gonna try to help.
Yup.
We did what we could.
Okay. Grayson, you're up.
Okay. Grayson is gonna take his claw and scratch his own chest. Oh, Jesus Christ!
You always roll max damage when you hurt yourself?
Apparently.
I
Why
found
do you
out
know
what
Grayson listen to Paramore?
I know what Grayson's theme song is. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal.
Anyways, I did find out I do have a +1 to damage in this form, so
I saw.
last time I attacked it was +1. Okay, cool.
I added it. I saw.
Then I am going to attack again, and
That
because I did hurt myself, it does that damage too.
Alright, that's 13. Let me just check something real quick about lightning.
Oh no.
So that lightning damage is actually halved down to 1. So that'll be 8 damage total. Did it add your thing in that it was supposed to the 7 this time?
Yes,
Okay.
it should have. Let me hover over it and see. Yes, it did.
That'll be 8 damage total. Now, the good news is that he does not look very well off anymore. Bad news is, it's quite obvious that that lightning damage did not do as much as you thought it was going to.
Grass type resist this.
Well,
Everything else-
it's still an additional point. It's still an additional point.
1 is better than 0.
Yeah. I can't
Um,
do anything to make him come after me, can I?
Well, one of the things that he was attacking is down, but Lucius, if he goes down, he will be another boon to feed the fires inside this creature, so he's kind of focused in on that.
Well, Lucius is not on him anymore.
No, he thinks Lucius is right there.
Lucius
Oh, yeah,
is the one that looks the worst off of the 3 of you, so he wants to get Lucius down so he can take his soul too.
Oh, Lucius looks way better than I do right now.
How many hit points do you have?
You're further away from him.
You're
not
next.
right
Don't
there.
worry.
I am covered in burn wounds. Do I have a health potion?
I don't know. but
Anyways,
even if
that's
you
the end of
do,
my turn.
Yeah. Speaking of, it's Paige's turn now. Let's see. 5, 10,
God, I
15,
took improved initiative.
20.
WTF?
25, 30,
Oh.
35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I am here. What is wrong?
We're done.
Everything.
Lucius just turns there and says Nocturna is dead, and then gets it. And then gets looks back towards to get back into the fight.
As
And
tears
I,
stream down his cheeks.
me and Nocturna are covered in burn wounds. I'm at least standing, but I do look bad. Nocturna is straight up unconscious.
Boys' Night
Oh, he's dead.
Boys' Night appears to be detrimental to your health.
That's usually how boys' night goes.
not
Lucius
confused.
kind of not thinks about it, nods, yeah.
Wilhelmina, you're up. Oh no, did we lose her?
No, I'm trying to think what to do at this point.
That is a good question. There are no answers for it.
Fucking
No.
nat 1 on that death save.
Mm-hmm.
I almost stabilized him too.
Almost? You rolled a 5 plus 0.
No. It was a 15 and it bounced to a 5.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is anyone, like, really, really bad off?
Gallon, directly next to you, is the worst off.
And Lucy isn't doing too hot.
I am not. I have 16 HP.
Oh, you were at 1? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, you were more than 1.
Almost.
Wait, who's that one?
No, you were. I thought you were at 1, but no. But still.
Hey, remember, I healed myself, and that's why I'm doing so good. I was at 3.
What does a reaction do?
Reaction is when you are responding to something that is happening when it's not your turn.
Okay. Alright, so I am going to do Cure Wounds on Lucius. And I will do Sanctuary as well.
So Sanctuary is a spell. So even though it's a bonus action, you
Ah,
can't cast 2 spells in a turn. You could cast
True.
a spell and a cantrip, but not 2 spells.
How much am I getting healed by, or am I not getting healed anymore?
What's
We're gonna find out.
Cure Wounds.
Cure Wounds?
I don't know.
Alright, so Cure Wounds. Alright, so you're gonna wanna actually roll your Cure Wounds thing over here in your attacks and spellcasting thing to roll the amount he's getting healed for.
Yeah.
Alright, who were you giving that to?
To Lucius.
But Gallon's got 5. Okay.
But now Lucius can probably run back into the fray.
Sure.
And also,
I mean, he's right there.
Also, Gallon kind of caused the problem.
She doesn't know that, and the darkness was supposed to put us at an advantage.
Too bad it did everything but.
So, so Lucius, you take 4 more Cure Wounds.
Oh, okay, I'm actually at a good spot right now.
Okay. Anything else for your turn, Wilhelmina? That was an action, but you still have movement and a bonus action that is not another spell if you want to use it.
I don't know what bonus actions I have. I don't think any.
Yeah, I don't think you have much in the way of bonus actions at the moment that are not spell related.
Yeah. Okay.
But you do have movement if you wanted to move anywhere else.
No. I'll just go and sit next to Nocturna.
Okie dokie. Watch the rise and fall of his chest slowly dissipate to nothing.
Yep, because I can't save him.
Yep, he's beyond saving right now. For
Yeah,
anybody.
to your death.
Except for maybe Lily. Anywho, guess whose turn it is? And, remind me what an echo does, Lucius.
So, wait, how do I put it in the thing, like,
It looks like a little bubble.
Okay, here we go. Manifest Echo. My Echo has 14 AC plus my proficiency bonus.
1 hit point.
It always has 1 hit point.
Oh, that would have actually been cool. It's immune to conditions, including blinded. Future knowledge.
That's why I left him in there, so that way he can fight.
Alright, well let me make a perception check really quick to see if he knows that that's a real you or not a real you. So that's going to determine whether or not he tries to attack it. Yeah, he knows that's not the real you, so he's ignoring it. Let's see.
That's a mistake, because he can fight.
Grayson, how are you looking?
I'm at 32 out of 40.
Okay, so...
Because I keep hurting myself.
You look a lot better off.
My max is a 23. Shit.
You look a lot better off than Lily, so he's going to turn his attention to the scrumdiddlyumptious lily tree and unload.
Did we not say this about a child?
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Anyway, so you're a biter, huh? Well, try this on for size. And he is going to try to bite you. So that's 1d20 plus 8 at this point. That's 10 plus 8 is 18.
Fairy has a +8.
Yeah. Well, he had a +6, then he ate Nocturna.
I tried to eat him back, and it didn't work.
So yeah, does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Alright, that's going to be 3d4 plus 5 at this point. So that's going to be 11 damage to you, Lily, from the bite. And then he's going to make 2 claw attacks against you. Fortunately, not with advantage this time. Alright, that's 5 plus 8 is 13.
That misses.
Hi, baby, I love you too. And next one. 12 plus 8 is 20.
Hey, that's not fair.
Let me see something. I don't think I can do it, but I want to see.
Alright, I will refrain from rolling damage until you read whatever it is you are reading.
Oh, no, I can't do it.
I think Mina actually has something that might be able to help, but I don't remember if it's self-only.
If you're talking about a shield, it's self-only.
Darn.
That's exactly what I went to look at.
Yeah.
Well, so that's going to be 1d8 plus 5 for the damage since he's eaten a soul. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 damage to Lily. And you see him lash out with his claws raking across Lily, and then open his mouth as the small, wispy form of a child is sucked up and into him. And he glows brighter for a moment, and it looks like the front part of his pumpkin head, 2 of those gourd-like teeth extend just a little bit more in an almost vampiric appearance. And he says, "Well, this is gonna be fun." And Lily, go ahead and make me a death saving throw.
Okay, where's that? Hold on a second.
Oh my god, why?
What the fuck?
This was just supposed to be a fun boys' night pumpkin monster. Okay. Lucy, you're up. You just saw Lily go down.
Lucius immediately runs and is gonna throw Lily back to Gallon.
Okay, Gallon.
And he's gonna save her.
Alright, Lucius, roll a strength check. Gallon, depending on what he rolls, you may have to roll a dex check. Yep.
Oh no.
Roll a dex check to catch a flying Lily.
Let's see what's.
Well, actually, do you give him warning that you're about to throw her?
He runs in, as he's running and gets to the spot, he says, "Gallon, save Lily," and then when he gets there, he throws.
Okay, that'll be a dex check instead of a dex save then, because you knew it was about to happen because he warned you.
For fuck's sake, that's a 10.
10 total?
Yeah.
You're hit by a flying child and you go prone.
That's not the worst that can happen.
No.
It'll do.
But you are going to take some bludgeoning damage.
That is the worst that can happen. in that situation. Specific 6 seconds
How much do
situation.
you weigh, Lily?
Give me a second.
We don't get Lily up by Nocturna's turn.
58 pounds.
58 pounds. Okie dokie. So
Oh, Nocturna is dead because the only person that could revive him is Lily, and she's down.
Yeah. So that's two D4.
Oh no.
Yeah, Nocturna just perma-died.
What's your
Oh,
strength
God.
modifier, Lucius?
No.
+3.
Okay, so that's 6 damage, Galen.
Is Galen down? Galen really too hard. It killed Galen.
Motherfucker.
How many times can I use a cantrip?
One action.
That particular one that you're thinking of is one action, correct? But you could also
Spam it over however long you need to.
Yeah, you could heal one of them one turn, and then you could use Spare the Dying on the other turn, depending on, who is closer to death, which is Lily in this case.
Yeah, and Lily also would not lose a turn, another turn. I would lose this upcoming turn regardless.
Right. Lucius.
Could I use real quick, just so I'm planning ahead?
Right.
You beam Galen in the head with a 50-pound child.
No. Can I use aid on them too, even though they're...
Yes, actually, you can totally do that, and that would be
Okay.
for both of them.
Yes.
And you
Okay.
can do that for
all right.
3
I'll figure
people.
it out.
Yeah, you can do that for 3 people actually, although it would have
I
no
know.
effect on Nocturna.
Yep.
You can do it for another
All right,
person though. Cool, cool. Yeah. All right, so you've got your plan worked out. Lucius, it's still your turn though. Anything else?
Can I swing at him with my 2 short swords?
You can do with one of them. I will count you hurling Lily at Galen as one of your 2-handed attacks. And then you can attack with the other one. That hits.
Alright, and now my Echo is going to attack with 2 short swords.
Excellent. So let's see, that's, since that was your second
19 and a 25, yes.
Yes, because they're flanked.
Alright, since that was your second for that guy, so that'll be 6 instead of 9 piercing damage for your first attack, because that was your second attack technically. The first one for your
I think he has a thing where it includes his ability for damage. I think he has that feat.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Okay, well then let me put that back in. So actually, your Echo never gets to make that second attack against him, because between your first lunging strike and his second, you go shh shh and shish kebab him both from other angles. His head tips back, and you see the wailing squawk of a chicken flap its spiritual way towards the heavens, and it releases the second soul, which would be Nocturna, and it hangs there wavering upon the breeze, looking down at all of you and saying, "I love you, hon, crikey," and then vanishes. And then
Oh yeah, Nocturna actually just fucking died.
currently, and then you see Lily's soul pop out last as the last one that was devoured, and it rushes back to infuse its body. However, she is still making death saving throws. And then you see the pumpkin curdle and curl inwards like a Halloween decoration left out too many weeks after, and it slowly disintegrates into pulpy mush, the flames sputtering and dying, and nothing but a burlap sack stuffed with straw hangs from the edges of your 2 swords. And we're out of combat. Which means you can take all the healing actions you want on those 2. Quick, 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 Wilhelmina.
Okay. Yes. Okay, yep, aid I don't know how to do that. Is that just healing, or do I need a new thingamabob?
Nope, they just get 5 each. They both get 5
Oh,
temporary
right.
hit points.
Yep.
And they are both awake now and no longer need to make death saving throws.
My soul's
Okay.
back in my body, right?
Your soul is back
And
in
I'll
your body.
just do that anyway.
You might have to jiggle it
It's
around
ready
a
for
little
the
bit
next
so it settles
threat.
properly.
Lily just kind of looks around and is like, "Is it dead?"
I can do.
Crawl.
I can do 2 more cure wounds. Because I have 2 more slots.
Okay, who do you want to use them on?
Who's the worst off?
Lily and Gallon.
Speak up.
Me and Lily have 5 each.
Yep.
Okay. Then yeah. That one is for Gallon. This
Holy
one
shit!
is for Lily.
Lily kind of crawls over to Nocturna, and you just see her start doing something.
How long does the ritual casting of Gentle Repose take?
So, it says that it's an action, but then a ritual, I don't know how long a ritual takes.
It takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes plus the casting time, usually.
It doesn't say it
Does
in
it start
the box.
when I start, or does it start when I end?
So it starts when you finish the casting. Hold on, let me just look at it for a sec. Stop that.
I hope I'm wrong, but
Well, yeah, you would figure when you start, you stop the process, and then...
this is so bad. We just Ashley Johnson Nocturna.
I'm going to say just because of the components which are used to cast Gentle Repose, the time that it takes, even as a ritual casting, does not look as though it would take quite that long. So I'm going to go ahead and make the unilateral decision that as you begin the preservation process, that is when it begins.
I mean, that would make sense. I mean, what else I can do is I can do prestidigitation and just freeze him out. And then his body's cold. And that'll last longer.
Not the same. It will not stop the decomposition of the line between body and soul, unfortunately, Wilhelmina.
Correct.
But Gentle Repose.
His body.
Gentle Repose does. Gentle Repose is like a cryostasis chamber, without the cold part. For both body and soul. Yeah, you cast Gentle Repose on Nocturna, and Lucius's waifu is lying slumped upon the floor, unbreathing, but covered with a thin layer of glowing magical energy, keeping it safe. And that's going to last for 10 days. Lucius, what were you doing?
Lucius gets his sword ready for the next threat, and he already moved himself in his echo, ready to fight the next threat.
Which is the werewolf.
Yes. Have swords ready.
It's a werewolf dressed like Grayson, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
It's still a fair reaction.
It is, but I personally, I'd be confused because he's wearing Grayson's clothing.
He killed him and stole his clothes.
So Lucius has 4 swords around Grayson's neck, and he's like, I recognize the clothes. So, we gonna talk this out peacefully, or do I need to put you down?
Like the
He
rabid dog you are.
he kind of laughs and rolls his eyes and releases his transformation and transforms back into Grayson.
Lucius then puts all of his swords away. And then does the hand sign for release and to get rid of his echo. And he also says release. He's like, release! And he does the shadow clone hand signs.
Grayson then bends over and picks up his rapier, dusts the hay off of it, and puts it away.
I also had a thought a minute ago. Or before, as Nocturno went down.
Mm?
This could have been so much worse.
Could it have been? I don't think
No, it definitely could have been so much worse when Nocturno went down.
So wait.
Because Gallon and Lily could have both also went down at the exact same time.
What?
The reason Nocturno went down is because he couldn't see, right?
No, it was the fire that put him down.
Yeah, the fire had him down before the darkness went up. He was down before it got dark.
It
And
could
then
have been Lily, Nocturna, and Gallon could have went down.
I'm also thinking of something else that could have made this drastically worse.
The fire in the barn?
With hay.
Yeah. That's why I didn't do Hellish Rebuke.
I did roll a secret dice to see if I caught any
Oh, okay. I was wondering if you didn't think about it, and I didn't want to say anything.
No,
Thank you, finally!
I rolled a secret dice to see if the place would catch on fire.
Lucius kind of pats off Grayson from any, like, hay and whatnot from his transformation. He's like, how you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just peachy. I may have cut myself a few times, but I'm fine.
That...
Oh, no!
What happened?
Corby just...
Fine. Oh, fine.
Join.
Knock is totally fine.
I am in the bar.
No problems at all.
Talking to the barkeep.
We're
I will
fine.
use harrowing event to yell at him and tell him that his mission is accomplished. However, the price of it has increased, and he now needs to find someone who can revive one of our party members in post haste.
Are you using intimidation or persuasion?
Harrowing event.
Wait. Lily's fine now, right?
Lily's conscious and is stabilizing Nocturna, and she's gonna kind of say to Lucy while she's kind of finishing her ritual, we need to get him somewhere so he can be revived.
Should I pick him up now, or are you still doing your thing?
No, the other one. That's the thing.
Am I done my ritual?
You are
Darkness.
probably still doing the ritual a little bit.
Yeah. That's what I want. Wrong button.
Yep. So you will have it with advantage. Use intimidation or persuasion, one of the two.
Wait, who are we intimidating or persuading?
She's trying to make the bartender find somebody who can revive Nocturna.
Either one is same modifier.
Which is nothing.
Gallon, if seeing Wilhelmina run off, Gallon, I feel like Gallon might have...
Advantage.
Saw the roll. I just saw the roll. Gallon would probably try... I don't even fucking know.
It's his fault. The barkeep's the one sending.
He's very Okay, so you burst into the bar, you start yelling at him about missions being accomplished and how price has gone up and now he needs to find somebody to
Yes.
resurrect someone. And he kind of leans back and away from you across as you're yelling at him across the bar, kind of looking more and more bewildered, because you were the more soft-spoken and sensible one of the party, or so he thought. And now you are raging at him, and he's like, "What? I don't understand it. It's just something killing chickens. 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 Chickens."
No, no.
What?
No more chickens.
What are you even? What?
So, you need to find someone or refer us to someone who can do revivals. Because your chicken problem is solved. It was not a simple mission.
Hilda, knock knock.
You're all the way in the barn.
Yeah. The
Um,
one that could have casted revive is revivify is dead.
I don't even know if he took Revivify anyway. But anywho,
They can switch it out per day.
true. Not while he's dead though. Anyway, so he's kind of leaning back against one of the barrels, kind of bewildered. He's like, I don't. Well, I guess check the church. I don't have. That is. I don't know people who bring back the dead. I am not a necromancer.
You are the barkeep of the town. You know more than you know.
I know about barkeeping and I know about mixing drinks. I don't know fucking anatomy. What the?
Useless, I swear. And I'll leave.
Okay.
Also,
Like a
Aaron, I
s-
sent you a question.
Oh, sorry. to not hear the ping
It's
ping.
it's not extremely important, but I'm curious.
That's a question that you're gonna have to ask Knock Knock, dear.
Okay, cool.
How are you gonna ask a dead person?
Well, if he gets in here,
What my question was, what does he look like now? Like Play-Doh?
I don't actually know. So that's the question you're gonna have to ask Knock Knock's player.
Okay. Lily is I don't know if she's done her ritual or not.
You're done
Is
your
she
ritual
done?
now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's gonna look at Lucy and go, "Let's go, we have to take him somewhere now."
Lucius immediately throws Nocturna over his shoulders and begins to run towards the door. Do I need to do a strength check, or can I just do it?
The doors are open.
I
Oh,
meant-
you mean to pick up Nocturna? Bridal style or fireman?
Fire.
Aw. Yeah, just a quick strength check. Yeah, you're good.
He's not breathing! He's not breathing!
That's why we need to revive him.
The barkeep is no help. The best he could offer was to visit the church, which I feel is unhelpful.
They might be able to do revive spells. Which does Lily know which way the church is?
Yes, Lily does know which way the church is. Here, let me switch you over to town view.
Lily points and goes, "It's that way, let's go." And points in the direction of the church.
Which is to the north.
Whichever direction that is.
Which is to the
I'm
north.
guessing this one?
Yep, right there, right next to the nice big graveyard.
Good.
Which is about almost the same size as the town itself. Yep.
So they start running.
We're not
Shoot
losing another one,
church.
damn it!
And also, Lily is gonna try to like run ahead and be like, "I'm gonna warn them before you come into the building." So that
Oh
way.
right, I need something to cover my face.
Hey, Lily,
So
can you enter
yes.
a church?
Why not?
Nick was able to.
That's true. Yeah, but the church was desecrated when you tried to enter it.
Lucius throws Nocturna at Galen and feels like, I don't think I can enter the church.
Can any of them?
No, it's cool. This church.
Don't throw another thing at Galen again, please.
It's cool. You've been in this church before. You know you can enter it. As you approach, though, go ahead and make a perception check.
Everyone or just her?
It's fine. Everything's fine. Everyone can make a perception check, yes. Yep, cool, cool.
I can actually see things.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the other people
Well, this is
who
more
roll.
of a hearing-based thing, yeah. Galen. Grayson, you want to make a perception check?
I rolled a 14.
Oh,
I hit the button and nothing happened.
You rolled it for a gallon, I think, maybe.
No, I
no.
think my computer's bugging out. Hold on.
Oh no,
somebody
No.
rolled for Galen.
yeah. Was that me?
Well, it does show that you are not currently in the game, Austin, at least not under Grayson.
Cool. Roll20 decided to do a thing and switch accounts on me without me signing out and sign back in.
Sounds about right.
It does that.
Weird.
So,
Ow.
hold on.
Ow.
I'm
Okay.
signing out. I'm signing out and signing back in. Give me
That
one
was-
second.
I rolled a 14 though.
Okay.
Grayson. Come on, Grayson. Come on.
Come on, Grayson.
Good puppy. Oh, I love now that we've got 2 puppies, one in each campaign. It's great. You should have taken the
Anyways.
Galen roll.
Well, no. Grayson gets advantage on anything regarding smell or hearing.
Okay, well it is hearing based. So as you guys run towards the church carrying the body of Nocturna, you hear, or at least Lucius, Galen, and Grayson hear, Father, let me out! I'm starving!
Fuck.
And that's where we're gonna end it for the night.
Alright.
Awesome.
Well, you screwed us over, Rob.
Not that badly.
I don't know. I was almost down.
You would have been fine.
Yeah, you would have been fine because I was going to get you out of there regardless.
You would have been fine, and what's it called? Lovely Grayson was gonna start doing double claw lightning attacks.
I mean, I could have just been doing dresses all night and letting y'all die.
I can't believe Nocturna actually fucking died.
Because of that nat 1 death save.
And
Anywho.
also the failing to get out of the way and just being hit point blank range with a giant fire attack.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't matter how close or far away he was, he failed the dexterity check. So no matter what, he would have been going down from that one because he failed the dexterity check. So anywho, thank you anybody out there who was watching tonight. Sorry in advance, Corby, for when you listen to this and see what happened. Ha 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 ha. But it's okay. You're gentle reposed for 10 days. So if you can just find somebody who can cast Revivify, maybe you'll survive. Fingers crossed. Anywho, thank you everybody. Good night. You can see us tomorrow on Dragons, also maybe Dungeons, as we do our makeup episode for Friday. Yeah. Good night, and don't let Galen cast spells. Bye!
Woo!